Good morning, traders. Happy Friday. Well, I hope it's a happy Friday. Not looking too good up there this morning. It's Friday. And I can smell the bacon all the way through this computer. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez and Humanity. Jay. Let me check the subscriptions. I didn't check. I went to bed last night. We were about 1,070. Good morning, James. Bob Smith. We're doing good. Looks like I picked up 11 while I was asleep. That's not bad. Good morning, Sandra. We got about 3 minutes to go yet. I'm going to be watching Mara, M-A-R-A. I watched it sell off for the last week. It's down there at the bottom. There was a lot of put options on it. I'm hoping Friday they start covering and it goes up. It's pretty low. If you zoom out on it, you can see the fall. Could be a good play today. I don't know yet. It seems to be holding this level. And it's Friday. Maybe they'll cover, and them covering will make it go up. And we were talking about XPEV before the bell. It kind of looks like Mara. Glad you could join us, James, and good morning. You'll see it in action. It'll work just fine, providing we get a stock up there. About a minute to go. They'll start rolling in when they pass by the donut shop and get back home. Had a pretty good crowd all week. We made it up to like 90 people at one point. Good morning. Who loves lunatic? And we all hope it's a happy Friday. We'll see how it goes. And here we go, and I'm not seeing much ticking up there. All we do is we wait for this column to start growing. We see numbers and we watch for the increase in numbers like we do every day. We want to see this number rising. When it starts rising, it'll go 1%, 2%, 3%. This is the best scanner in the world. Anything moves, we get to see it first. James, I have a simple process started. It's over on Discord, and you click on current setup. Just start at the top and work your way down. If you're not a Discord subscriber, please subscribe. Here's CRKN making a small move. I can see the numbers rising. This is what we look for. And they have barely creeping there. I'll do a walkthrough about 6:30, show you what's on the screen, explain everything to you. Just hang tight. Let's see what this market open's going to do. This one seems to be stuck in the run, not active. What happens is somebody makes a trade, but nobody's selling or buying, just one person. I probably didn't, Bob. You probably got me again. Well, every morning we change this spike indicator to 0.0. That makes it very sensitive. Anything that moves is going to show up here. You saw more of them pop in after Bob put me on the right road. This is what happens. We get to know about them first. Just to give you a brief explanation, we watch for percentages to start growing. We click on that stock. We wait for a moving average crossover. This is the 8 moving average crossing over the 21. We wait on a green arrow. You'll see a spike indicator, says bullish up here. It's measuring this current candle. Only this candle is what this indicator's for. It's not showing now. This is the overall volume. This is the current candle bar, the previous bar. You'll see the sellers are outnumbering the buyers. When that momentum changes, you'll see the buyers are outnumbering the sellers. And you can see why. There's that indicator I was talking about. It's bearish. It's measuring this candle. So we watch, we click, we observe that this is a crossover. We look for green arrows and we make our decision to get in if it's spiking and bullish and the buyers outnumber the sellers. That's when we would enter. I'm watching XPEV on the side in Mara. I don't see any movement over there. Nice little setup right here on CRKN. Look at that jump. If you're scalping and you got in here, that's probably a good spot to start thinking about what you're going to do. Needs to break this high right here to continue. Well, right off the start, we got a 20-cent gainer. That's a good sign. Good morning to Mimi, Chuck. Watching for numbers rising. That's what we do every day. This is a scalping setup, but you can use it all day long. It's up to you. I'm seeing a little action over here. Let me see what this is. It ain't nothing. CRKN, that's the one that moved first. Good morning, Rashad. And good morning to everyone. I don't know everybody that's in here because you don't type. Don't be shy. We are watching this column. We are waiting for numbers to start rising. This was the first runner for this morning. It popped up right in here. Could have been a good 15, 20-cent play. It's now pulling back a hair. It is not spiking anymore. This is it down here. Not seeing a bullish signal. The sellers are on it. They're taking a little profit. It could run back up. You have to keep watching them. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, Active. Top. Active, when you say watch out for EBET and you throw Reddit in there, I don't know if that's a good warning or a bad one. Over the years, I've seen so many stock pumpers tell you to get in, and the moment you do, they all sell on you. Looking for growing numbers. Never lose focus. Looks like this one's over for now. Nothing on XPEV. Mara's down at the bottom. I'm going to be watching that one most of the day. I think I can get 50 cents to $1 off of it if it goes back up. It's down pretty far. Here's another one on the move. You can see the number rising. I don't chase green candles. I wait for a slight pullback, and if it's strong enough, it'll run back up. Usually after that first green one, it's going to pull down a little ways. And then it'll pump up again. Not seeing many buyers. It's saying it's bearish. See the bearish? This is a warning. The sellers outnumber the buyers. But it may not be done. I know they usually pull back about 50% of that big green candle. And then they shoot up again. That's because more people find it later. We found it first. Active, that's kind of like my first experience with stock twits. Everybody was talking about a certain stock, and I mean, they were really pumping it up. Everybody was on it. I said, all right, being new to stock twits, I trusted them, and I bought my shares. The market opened, and that sucker dropped like a rock. I no longer watch stock twits. That was the end of that one. Watching for numbers. That's all we do. If you're just popping in, I'll do a walkthrough about 6:30. Kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. I need to buy dinner this afternoon. I got to make something. That's why I said you got to keep watching them. They pull back and then they shoot up again. You have to watch this number right here. As a sign of weakness, I'm not seeing bullish. I'm not seeing the buyers coming in. They don't have the volume. If I was playing this stock, I probably could have bought that many shares. There's not enough people on it. You can see right here, there's only 400 shares traded in that candle. I want to see this number flying. I want to know that everybody is buying it, not just a few. Good morning, Bob Smith. And yes, that's exactly what they do. That's why we set this up. We don't get caught in traps. When you see these numbers take off, there's a very slim chance that somebody's going to sell out or short it when we're driving it up. Looking good over here. This is the pullback indicator. It's good at what it does. We had a pullback and it shot up. We had a pullback and it shot up. I just don't like the volume. You got lucky enough and clicked the button and made a profit. Congratulations. Rashad, if you haven't joined the Discord, please do. Then head over to the channel on the left that says current setup. Yours won't look like mine, though. I'm doing this for streaming. I've got my screen broke down in several sections, but your screen will look like this. This is why I don't like stocks without a lot of volume. It don't take much to drop them out. 10,000 shares bought and you get a green candle. 10,000 shares sold and you're right back to the start line. But if you're fast, you can slip in there and get you some. It's too risky for me. Nothing on XPEV yet. Nothing on Mara. Nothing on anything else that I see. This one seems to be stuck in the run. I call them leftovers. Let me post the links for you. I'll get them in there. Y'all watch them numbers. I'm distracted at the moment. That is the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Everything is free. I'm not going to charge you. Like the videos, share the videos, subscribe. And we'll all be happy. Here's a link to the Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, please do. There's a lot of traders over there. And I'll be honest, they're not participating after 9 o'clock. It seems that they die off too. Seems like the whole market dies at 9 or 9:30 every day. We can't control that part, but we can control what's moving. If you haven't been here on Fridays, Fridays are slow. Every Friday is slow. People take profit on Friday so they can be in cash over the weekend. Hopefully they get excited this morning and we drive up a few of them, make a profit before they go to sleep. Thank you, Bob Smith. We can watch it. Nothing else is moving. We don't have the volume flow. I don't see a bullish indicator. I see sellers at the bottom. Good morning, Gigi. Coach. If I miss you, good morning. I'm watching stocks. I'll look down every now and then and see what's happening in the chat box. I really could use a play. I only made about $400 this week, and that's way below normal. Sometimes I don't get them either. You never been here before, I'll do a walkthrough of what you see on your screen at 6:30. We're all waiting to see if we can make $1. We need to eat beans with our rice. Yeah, Bob, that's what I'm seeing as well. If anything had volume, it'd be in this list. We know how they pop up right here. This one little tool is the money maker. You tie it in with this pullback indicator, that is verification. Seems like every time I make a little bit of money, something takes it away. I need to replace my central air unit. It's working as of now. But I got the shock of my life yesterday when I found out it was $23,000. That's a lot of money to put out there at one time. There was talk on this stock earlier in the week, HE. I don't know about it. I did not research it. It could be an IPO. I don't know. Good morning, Boone, and thank you. I think if we can get the market to participate, we're going to see a whole new world. Everybody will be happy campers. But you see how this works. I'm just watching these numbers and I'm finding things like this. I'm not liking the volume on this one. But it's moving. It could make some of you happy. That's a pretty good jump. It popped up for us at about 1270. We're up to 1310, 1320. That's 50 cents. So here's how I would diagnose this stock. I don't know about it at all. It gave us a big green bar, but the volume is low. I would wait for a pullback in order to see if it holds its price. Keep an eye on this volume, see if the buyers come back in. It appears to be getting a good flow. There's bullish. We have buyers. This candle is the previous candle. It's still at 21,000. This one has not exceeded it. So we need the current candle to keep breaking the volume of the previous candle, and it's doing that. This could be a runner. Now that it's popped up, other people will find it. We saw it first. More people that find it, the higher it goes. My suggestion is if you got in, do it with small share size in case it drops. You can always build your position, but at small share size, you don't lose anything. It's going. I was right. There are no halts in pre-market. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I believe this company's over in Hawaii. Kind of weird that they have a big old fire and all of a sudden this stock starts spiking afterwards. I'm watching the ThinkorSwim ladder as well. I'm seeing the red column is less than the green column. This could be a small pullback before the next run. I'm going to try it if I can get a buy. And it doesn't look like they're going to give it to me. I'm just going to buy 100 shares, and they did not give it to me. What's up with that? I was right. They didn't sell it to me. I'm going to wait on a pullback. I don't mind losing a little. It might go to $30. Who knows? I'm not liking this. I'm seeing sellers now. But it's bullish. Could just be a pullback. I'm going to try again. There we go. Let's see if it'll go up. I don't want a little. I just bought 100 shares. It's nothing big. Look, it'll drop. If it gets down to 50 negative, I'll get out. Give me a run. I'm not liking it. I'm at negative 49 cents. It's okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to get out right there, right before the run. I didn't lose anything. Didn't like the way it was acting here. Should have held on as usual, but it's okay. There'll be more. I'm positive $18. I didn't lose nothing. I paid for my coffee from Starbucks. Not really. I make my own coffee. I'm not giving Starbucks $5 a cup. So had I held on to here, I probably would have made about $60, but I didn't. I only had 100 shares. I would have added if it had kept going. I don't like the way it's acting. I tried. That's what counts. I would have bought a lot more had it acted differently. I'm watching the numbers. That's 2 already this morning. I missed the first one. I paid for my coffee on the second one. Good morning, Raphael. Watching these numbers. I know I'm supposed to do an introduction at 6:30, but we got one in action. Give me a few minutes. It could just bounce off of the 8 moving average right here and make another run up. That's how they do sometimes. And then again, it could be over. Don't listen to me. Watch the chart. XPEV is not doing anything. Neither is Mara. I would say Mara is going to take off after market open. If it decides to move, all the puts may start covering. It's the lowest it's been in months. I've played that stock 500 times through my life. That's what I'm talking about right there. I've stared at charts long enough to know things like this are going to happen. Hopefully you do too. I'm still watching over here. I don't want to miss the next one. I'm done with this one. It already gave me $10 and I'm happy. I'm not expecting it to break this high. Right there. We can mark this little pullback right here. All right, if it's your first time here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a trader at home from my office, and I'm also a coder. I write ThinkScript. I wrote this little indicator right here that measures buyers and sellers. It lets us know if there's more buyers or sellers. When these numbers start moving, that's when it gets my attention and your attention, and you click on that stock and you take a look at it on the chart. Over on this side, I also wrote a script for this pullback indicator that was featured on TD Ameritrade. And what it does is we wait on a crossover of these two moving averages. This is the 8, this is the 21. We then wait for a spike, a bullish signal up here, which measures the current candle. And we wait for buyers to pop in down here. This is the overall volume. It's measuring if in the overall volume there's more buyers than sellers. When everything lines up, you will see the numbers rising here. You will see bullish here. You will see the buyers outnumber the sellers. You will automatically see a crossover of these two moving averages. The green arrows will pop in and the stock takes off. It's a really good setup. I think I nailed it. So do over 1,000 other investors. So does TD Ameritrade. They could not believe the results. They thought it was too good to be true. But we'll see. It'll prove itself. I don't have to brag or nothing. I'm not that guy. If you have a good product, it'll show you. It'll build the confidence. Just watch it for a few days. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So we watch numbers. We look at the chart. We see these indicators turn due north. We see the moving average 8 is above the 21. We see the arrows coming in and the volume increasing. We see a spike and the buyers come in. It's that simple. It'll become natural. It sounds difficult now, but you stare at this chart long enough and you know what you're doing after that point. You'll click. You'll automatically see this setup. Yep, it's right. And you make your decision. We've seen it twice already this morning. I can say I didn't get skunked, but I can't brag. I can't look at my wife and say I knocked it out of the park. She'll probably laugh when she sees $11.51. And she'll say, it's okay, it's just the market. And I'll say, I know, as usual. I actually love this indicator. I love this setup. I don't think anything's going to beat it. One day, maybe I can say just buy the green arrows. It's almost there. Hope everyone has plans for the weekend. Down here where I am, it's so hot you don't want to leave the house. It's been all the way to 105, which is terrible. Now they're saying we got 2 hurricanes that might hit Texas. That's right where I am, right on the water. Hopefully it's just rain. We could use a couple days of that. Watching the numbers. I see a little spike on Mara. Let's go take a look. That's how easy it is. I have this set up. I put it in my Market Watch tab. I just click around. I'm watching my personal watch list. I preach about that all the time. Put your best stocks in it. Monitor your best stocks all the time. Don't just wait on something to pop up. I would love to see some buyers come in, and they're not. That's somebody else that thinks the same thing I'm thinking. They're going to cover the puts today. We could get 50 cents to $1. And we might not. Don't trust me. You watch it. I see the leftover has left the scene. Anybody have any questions? We are at a dead spot. Waiting on the next hopeful. Good morning, Gregster. Glad you could come back, as you do every morning. I have lots of regulars, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the help you guys help me with. Sometimes I'm not available. Everybody reaches out and gives me a hand. That's one of my blessings. Yeah, I've been watching Mara. I play it regularly. It's been going down. It hasn't gave me a shot lately. I see somebody else found it. That doesn't mean it's going. That just means somebody says, oh, looky here. It might go again. But he doesn't know we need a lot of volume. He doesn't know that there's sellers here. But we do. Rexter, are you an options trader? Gigi, if you want to talk to other investors or watch what they say, or check out some of the scripts I have over in the current setup and in TOS scans and in TOS scripts, absolutely, there's a benefit there. There's not really a lot of people trading on it because of the market conditions. They trade early in the morning just like we do. And it kind of fades out after about 9:30 or 10 a.m., but there's a few that hang around. It'll get better. When we get to 10,000 people, you'll see it'll be like a supermarket and everybody's hungry. Watching the numbers. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. There's a lot of puts on Mara. I was wondering if they're going to cover today. I'm watching he over here as I talk. I got out right here somewhere. What I'm watching for is this price to break through, come back down, retest support here, and bounce back up. But I probably won't get in unless it pulls back and retest support. Sometimes I'm wrong. Don't listen to me. Make your own judgment call. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's see what's going on here. Now, if we bounce here, we probably may go up to another level. We'll see. We do have 3 green arrows below it. We do have separation of the moving averages. But we still have some sellers involved. I'm not seeing the volume I like. It's only 1,000 shares traded. There's that bounce. Let's see where it goes. Still have sellers. I didn't fall for it. I'm looking at sellers. There you go, Who Loves Lunatic. If you don't have a line in the water, you can't make any money. One share is good practice. I try to tell people that. Buy minimal shares, test the waters, get used to what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you only make $11 like I did this morning, but you got to try. You have to trust the system. You're not going to win all of them. That's why I say minimal shares. If it doesn't go your direction, get out and get back in if you can. Don't hang on for a recovery. That doesn't happen very often. Just like you heard me say earlier, if I lose $50, I'm gone. Got lucky. I paid for my coffee. This one did not perform because this little thing told me there were sellers there. You have to watch the indicators. You have to watch this column that nothing's in at the moment. I think when people catch on, they're going to see that trading is not as hard as they thought it was. They're going to see they don't need a paid subscription that gives them one pick at a time too late. They're going to realize that they're going to be the first one to know if they watch this column if the stock is moving. They're going to see these green arrows that make them sick that they didn't get in. That's how it works. And if you're new, watch all of the videos over and over and over until you're sick of watching them. They will help you. Old or new, they all contain valuable information. Come here each morning, 5 days a week. Watch it perform. Buy one share like Who Loves Lunatics did. You're not going to learn if you don't get involved. Get in and make $11 like I did. Test the waters. I think it's going to prove itself to you. I really do. And as always, I always say zoom out really far so that you can see what this stock has done in the past. This could have actually been a bottom had you not zoomed out. It may just been a bounce from a big fall. Lucky for me, it didn't. But you can zoom out as far as you want. You can see the past history. We want to know that the stock is climbing, trending upwards, not bouncing off of a fall that's been happening for weeks. Like Mara. I'm eating my words right now. I always wait on it to hit a bottom. But that's because I watch it all the time. I don't watch this stock all the time. I don't watch He all the time. It just popped up this week. But I know, Mara, you'll have your favorites. You'll know how they perform over time if you watch them long enough. Very important to keep that personal watch list on all of the stocks that you like. And have that volume indicator watching them for you every day so that you don't miss a play on your favorites. This is a real job, people. It's not a game. This is your hard-earned cash. Learn the system before you throw money at it. I've made it simple, but it's not bulletproof. Good morning, Back Road. We're almost to the top of the hour. 7 o'clock is the next best chance that somebody might release news. That usually happens at the top of the hour. Back Road, we had 2 runners this morning while you were getting donuts. One of them is on the screen. We were notified right in here somewhere. We had another one that ran up 20 cents. About 3 minutes to the top of the hour. If something's going to happen, you need to really focus right here. Somebody could release news. It could pay for your bills this week. Good morning, JP. I see JP is doing his homework. JP knows. JP watched all the videos. JP probably also thought this guy can't be real. I'm sure everybody thought that. Even my wife. Yeah, that one morning you turn your head over and catch a couple more Z's. That's usually when things are happening. I did the same thing. Right when you give up, you get blessed and you're sleeping. Not anymore. Old people get up at 4 a.m. I didn't believe them when I was young, but it's true. Good morning, Wyatt. We are staring at numbers right here. Just a little eye care. If you stare at numbers for hours, go look out the window, go focus on something far away. Adjust your eyes. Don't get the eye strain. Don't get the headache. Looks like that 7 o'clock hour is going to reward us with a little bit of red. And we know it's Friday. We're watching for the green ones. Maybe somebody put out some news. We don't know yet. We're going to let everybody else read the news. If they like it, it's going to pop up right here. Yes, sir, Backroads. That's how it works. That's money in the bank. What you see right there, that crossover is dynamite. Especially when you pair it with buyers, bullish, and a green percentage rising. It works a lot of times. You can make $1 million in on demand, but when it comes to real money, you start thinking before you click that button. It's easy to click when when it don't cost you nothing. But I experienced the same thing. I did a lot of testing on this setup and on demand. I put out a lot of videos on demand. I don't like a lot of things, but to me, this is like minimal. I see people that have so much on their screen, I don't even know which one's the price anymore. But if that's what they're used to, if that's their strategy, I can appreciate that. I just like clean. I just need to know if it's moving. I just need to see arrows in 2 lines. And it all starts right here. Yeah, I threw $100 at he this morning. I was late. I went -6 before I went -15. Then I went to +20. And I went to 11 positive and I got out. And it went up as normal. But it didn't go up much further, but it still went up. Every time I click that sell button, they go up. It's going to happen to you too. But I don't care. I tried. I got in. I didn't get skunked. I'm up $11. In all honesty, I waited too long. When I seen these couple of green arrows, I should have just clicked the button like everybody else. But the volume wasn't quite right. I had these alarms in my brain that say, be careful. It's not acting right. You'll get those alarms too. You do this long enough, you'll know. About 7:15, if you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough of what's on the screen. And we really appreciate you joining us and watching this blessing work. That's XPEV. You can see it doesn't have any green arrows. This is anticipation that something good is coming out. A few people are getting in early. It's not the rush buy. But if bad news comes, these people have to bail. Never get in when it looks like just 100 shares are traded. Continuing to focus over here as I'm focusing over here. I don't want to miss something over here like that one. It's moving nickels. Keep an eye on the price as well. Don't just jump in because it's green. You need to make money. We must have looked at this morning because there's the high. I only buy stocks. I don't do futures. I don't do options. I don't do commodities. I don't do currency. I have programmed my brain to trade stocks for 30-something years, maybe 40 years. All I do is play these runs. What you see on the screen is what used to be in my brain. Now it's in an indicator. I see a little bump on Mara. It's not ready yet. That's in my personal watch list that you should have. We're waiting on numbers to pop in right here. It's that simple. See them grow. If you forgot to put your volume spike on 0, this is how you do it. You right click on the name, go to edit formula, change this number to 0.0. That will set it as sensitive as it can get. The slightest movement will trigger it. We set it that way for pre-market. We will change it back before market open. You can modify it. You can make it sensitive or not so sensitive. It's up to you. Pre-market, I like to put the gas pedal to the metal, bring it down to 0. Let's watch XPEV. It's creeping. There is an arrow. We do have a crossover. That's in my personal watch list. Let's look at the big picture. Let's zoom out here. That's what you're looking at. You would not have known that the way it was zoomed in. You wouldn't know this stock's been falling for quite some time. We're bouncing off a bottom just like Mara. I've been talking about this stock since Tuesday. That news was coming out. You got to pay attention. Problem is, we don't know if it's good or bad news. Anybody know if they released it? I don't think they did. I don't see it in the news column there. I'm probably going to take 100 shares, I think, just to see where it goes. And I might not. Don't ever buy when I say I'm going to buy. Yeah, I held off. I haven't bought it. I'm not looking for luck here. I'm looking for something that's proving itself to me. Price is above the 8. And that's what would have happened if I would have made a stupid decision. That's why we want to see people coming in. We want to see this volume flying, and it was not flying. Backroad made the call. He said there's low volume. He's learning. Good morning, Mr. Huntsman. Glad you could make it. I turned on my trader alerts. If I make a trade, you'll see that little bar pop up across here. But don't ever trade because you see it. My screen is delayed. It could cost you money. And I could make a wrong decision and cost you money. You must learn. You must practice. Once you build confidence, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Join our channel. Join our Discord. Everybody's willing to help you. It's all free. You're not going to get charged. The only time you're going to get charged is if you make a bad trade. And yes, I paid my dues. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. I just posted the link to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Watch the videos, like the videos. Click the bell icon. You know the routine. I'm giving you the most powerful thing out there. While I'm talking, I'm losing money. This one took off right before my eyes when they were looking down. We had a crossover back here. That's okay. We have separation. We have green arrows. We don't have a whole lot of volume, just a couple of 100 shares here and there being traded. Somebody bought 1,000. Somebody sold 1,200. We're seeing bearish up here at the top. Bearish is this candle. Yes, sir, Jimmy. We already have it on the screen, and Kenneth. Keep doing this every day. You'll know what I'm talking about. I put money in front of you. You just have to learn how to use it and go get it. So important to learn this. I can put it in front of you, but I can't twist your arm. If you don't go watch the videos and practice, you're going to miss out. I'll make it go up. I'll take my eyes off the screen again. There's the Discord link. Join our Discord. There's lots of scripts and scans, and even the members are posting scans and scripts. We have support tab over there if you need help. You can talk to other investors. They will tell you it works. And that's how good it works. That was an instant 10 cents if you got in right here when you thought it was going to go, and it did. You're talking about the telephone? I don't know. I don't trade on the telephone. I don't think I could ever trust my slow fingers to make that many clicks to get in and get out of a stock. There is no auto send on a phone. And since I'm a scalper, I want to be in and out immediately. So I would not trust this on a telephone. But you might know more than me about mobile. I don't know. So let's say you get in a trade and you're into it heavy on your mobile device and somebody calls you. What do? Can't see the screen anymore. It says incoming call. Do you hang up on your wife and say, I'm sorry, I'm in a trade? I don't know. I don't trust it. You're welcome, Kyle. I have it on my phone. But that's only because I used to have Xfinity as an internet provider, and they like to cut me off whenever they want to. I had it as a backup so I could get out of a stock if my internet went down. That's the only reason I have it. Good morning, Jimmy. So this makes 3 runners. No, this is one of them. So we had 2 runners this morning. One for about 20 cents, the other for about 30. Kyle, if you're comfortable with it, everybody has their own thing. You'll know me going down the highway. If I take a vacation, I'll be the guy with 4 27-inch monitors hanging off the back of the motorcycle. That's probably how I'll do it. Good morning, Big Mike. Kyle, it may be all you have, but this is all you need. I'm not joking here. If it didn't work, I'd probably charge you for it, like everybody else does. But it works, so I'm giving it away. All we do is watch this column. That's how simple it is. And we wait for this crossover. And we wait for this bullish spike to kick in. This bullish spike monitors this candle. We wait for the buyers to outnumber the sellers, and we have that right here. What we don't have is green arrows and green candles. So everything doesn't line up right now. So this would be a no entry. If this price jumps above that 8 moving average and we start seeing green arrows, that's when I would make up my mind either to get in or stay away. The play was back here. I think we spotted it back here somewhere. There's HE, going to make another move, it looks like. We got our first green candle and a crossover. We do not have the buyers. There we go. We have a few popping in. We do not have the bullish signal. See how easy that was? I looked up here and HE was back on the board. Not playable yet, but we knew first. Jimmy, I'm about 8 seconds, maybe 10 seconds delayed, so about the time you call them out, they'll probably pop up a few seconds later. That's why I don't want anybody trading off of my screen. Trade off of your own computer. Don't trust mine. This is only for education. This is not a trading platform for you. Always remember that. You'll see it happen before you see it pop up on my screen. Good morning, Casey. I'd like to see it pull back to that level, but right below it. I'd like to see it come back down, test this level, and then shoot up to this level. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that pullback. I may not get it. It may just take off. That's why I'm also watching here, and I'm waiting on a spike to occur. The volume's not really flying. It is moving, though. I got to give it credit. It's still bouncing back and forth between buyers and sellers. Good morning, Parabolic. I like those stocks that there's so much volume coming in that I'm not sitting here waiting for the volume to pick up. That's the kind of stocks that make you wealthy. This number should be flying, and that stock should be throwing green arrows. Right now, it's a risk play. It's tempting you, though. It's tempting me also, but I'm not going to fall for it. DG, I only occasionally browse and look down at the ThinkorSwim ladder. I don't really watch level 2. For me, this is my level 2, right here on the left screen. I don't care about anything else that's happening, but the buyers outnumber the sellers. That's all I really care about. And I look over here and see if I get the setup. If I see green bullish and I see green buyers and I see this volume flying and the price is above this 8 moving average, and these moving averages are pointing north like this, right here, and the green arrows are popping in, that's when I pull the trigger. And I miss a few. I don't get all of them, just like you don't. This is the purpose of waiting on everything to line up. This is what can happen. Had you made a lucky guess up here, you would be in the hole right now. It's not about luck. Jimmy, I am trading on the 1-minute chart in PreMarket, but I'm also watching my other monitors. I'm watching the 1-minute, the 5-minute, and the tick chart. That's the best way to do it for me. That's what I've been training myself to do. If they all three look good, I look up at my tick chart and I make a decision to buy it off the tick chart. Once I'm in, I'm monitoring the 5-minute and the 1-minute. You may not have that option, but this is good enough. 1 minute is good enough. You want to flip back to 5-minute for verification? That's a great idea. Sometimes I think it's safer to watch the 5-minute and catch that first green candle on 5-minute. It's looking at a broader range. And it's almost a safer play than judging it off the 1-minute. Always look at the higher time frames. They help. We're waking up a little bit here. I'm not seeing anything yet, though. They're kind of like popping in and freezing. And they disappear. Constantly monitor this column. Jimmy, we have V spike at 0.0. You can right click on the name, edit formula, change this number to 0.0 in PreMarket. That makes it most sensitive. We want to know the slightest movement that any stock is going to make. When market opens, we put it back on 100 and we make a few other changes. You'll see that at 825. If you are new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I am a guy that sits at his desk at his home and trades stocks. I've been doing it forever. I am also a ThinkScript coder. I coded this volume spike indicator. It measures buyers and sellers. If there's more buyers and sellers, you'll see a green thing pop up that says bullish. If the sellers outnumber the buyers, you'll see bearish. Once we see these numbers rising, and if you're buying and it's green, we click on that stock and we look over here at the indicator. This is the pullback indicator that I coded as well. It includes the 8 moving average, the 21 moving average. It includes a bearish or bullish signal here that measures only this candle. Once everything comes into play, you'll see a crossover of the moving average. You'll see these moving averages start moving north. The white one is the 8. It'll be above the blue one. You'll see these green candles. They'll go above the 8 moving average and start throwing green arrows beneath the price. Down here, you will see the buyers are outnumbering the sellers. Don't see that at the moment. So once you do this for a while, it's kind of like you click on a stock, you look at here, is there a crossover out the corner of your eye? You'll see green and green. You'll wait on the arrows and make your decision to buy. It's that simple. This is not good. It could be, I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing any green arrows. That's about a 10 or 12 cent gain from here. I see buyers. I don't see the volume. They're not attacking it. I want them to attack it. I want to see bullish up here. All you do is wait on the color green, my favorite color. Thank you, Jimmy. You know what's going on. You watched the birth of this thing. You were with me at the beginning. Kenneth, if it's trading ahead of me, can you tell me when to get in? That's a joke. That's kind of like calling Australia, who's a day ahead, and asking them who won the Super Bowl. We are delayed. This screen is delayed. Do not trade off of it. I can't control delays. I'm pumping it out there, but I can't control YouTube. If you haven't joined our channel, there's the YouTube link. It's all free. Everything is free. If you want to donate, you can click the super chat thing and pay your dues if you feel like it. I'm not asking for it. That's totally up to you. You're not going to break my heart by not doing it. Don't get me wrong. Since it is a free channel, you may get a pop-up every now and then. It's going to be a commercial or an advertisement. If you don't mind watching it, YouTube will pay me a penny or two. If you click it off, I don't earn anything, and that's okay. That's a link to our Discord. Join our Discord. There's a lot of traders over there. There's a channel that says current setup. It'll help you put this on your screen. There's support. If you need help, post it in support. If I'm not available, somebody will help you. I'm still watching CRKN. Kenneth is on it. Kenneth's been watching it. Kenneth does his homework. He's observant. If you haven't watched the YouTube videos, I'm going to keep preaching it. They are very important. They will probably answer most of your questions. They will walk you through some stocks climbing. They will show you how to set up some indicators. They'll show you how to install scripts. But you must watch the videos. And if you don't know, All of the codes are always in the first comment below the video. You may have to click read more to see it, but they're there. You can't find them in the YouTube video, join Discord, go over to current setup, everything is right there. Back to watching numbers. We're coming up on that 8 o'clock hour in about 19 minutes. It'll probably pause at 8 o'clock. You'll see a few people selling off before market open. Might even see them selling off like right now. We never know. This VXX, when you see VXX going up, that means the SPY is going down. The VXX is playable. If the SPY is going down all day long, it'll be going up all day long. You can pull out 10 or 15 or 20 cents, maybe 50 if you get lucky. See you later, Jimmy. Thanks for joining us. Give me a call later if you want to go do something, go have dinner. Money Mike, most of the shared links are over in Discord under current setup. I have instructions on that page how to install a shared link if you don't know. There's a video on how to install this one script with the V-Spike. It'll walk you through it. Also have the scans over on Discord. You can do an open shared link on this scan and on the off stock scan. This one down here is in testing. You don't have it, but I do have a link to it on Discord. So if you look at this VXX on the 1 minute chart, and then go look at it on the 5 minute chart, you'll see what I was talking about, how you can make a better judgment call on the 5 minute chart when entering a stock. That 5 minute looks nothing like this. Actually, 5 minutes keeps me in a stock longer if I'm not looking at these red candles coming in on a 1 minute. Most of these don't show up because 5 minutes is a longer scan. It's watching a further distance. So I can switch to 5 minutes. I'll do that right here. Notice how it looks right now on 1 minute. And that's what it looks like on 5 minute. It's a lot cleaner that way. I'm not seeing XPEV do anything. That's why I didn't buy it earlier. We saw it moving right here. It kind of went up and pulled back and went up and pulled back, and now it's pulling back. Still watching Mara. Mara's still pulling back. Like I said, this one probably won't do anything until market open. I'm hoping the puts start covering. I'm watching the numbers like you should be. You never know when that one's going to pop up there and put a little money in your pocket. If you're just visiting, we watch these numbers climb. That's what we want to do. We want to see green if you're buying, red if you're shorting, and you want to watch the percentages growing. If they're going from 1% to 2% to 3%, and we come over here and we verify that we've had a crossover, that the 8 moving average is above the 21, that we have a green arrow underneath the green candle, that we have a bullish indicator up here that's lit up in green, and we want to see that the buyers are outnumbering the sellers. Once you do this for a while, it becomes natural. Hopefully you'll be able to train me later and say, why didn't you ever see this? And I'll say, I don't know. That's how it goes. The gap and run scanner doesn't work till market open. It has to do mathematical calculations. It may have a few every now and then in pre-market, but it's not accurate. That's an after-market open scanner. I've been on NBSE for about 3 or 4 minutes already. Good call, Jay. You're on them. That's what I like to see. Must have a lot of volume. You want to see this thing flying. Just a bump up and a bump down is not flying. You want to see people piling in. You want to see them driving this price up. A splurge here and a splurge there is not good. You don't want to see this bearish if you're buying. That's this candle. Everything is working great. It's helping you make a decision. Jason, I have a video on YouTube. It's called Mastering PreMarket. Or if you go over to Discord, join our Discord, there's a current setup. That same video's over there. It'll teach you how to set this up. It's not hard. This scan does turn off about 8:35, and you won't see anything on it until the market closes. It's a before and after scan, before the market opens and after the market closes. A lot of people think it's broke during the day because it doesn't work, but that's not the case. I did not rename it. This is a test scan. It was donated by a subscriber. I fine-tuned it, gave it back to her. After market open, you will see nothing but green percent change gainers. Markets open, you can sort it by V-spike and monitor the top gainers all day long. If any of the top gainers are going to move, you're going to see a spike on them. It's currently in testing, and if it's successful, I may just put this one every day instead of the all stocks. I change sometimes. Only change for the better. I'll be testing this one for about 2 weeks. If you want to test it with me, it's over in Discord under Current Setup or under TOS Scans. This was contributed by Golo. He is one of our subscribers. He knows what's going on. I'll take a look at FTCH. It looks very thinly traded. Sometimes making no motion, no moves. But it could. We do have separation of the moving averages. We do have a green arrow. We do not have a bullish spike. We do not have buyers are greater than the sellers. And I looked to the left and I saw one moving. This is a trust. Too bad they don't hold up to their name. About 2 minutes to 8 o'clock. Maybe we'll get news at the top of the hour. Maybe something will change. That's what we're waiting on. Good job, Wyatt. Play with all the tools. That's what it's about. CRKN is at the bottom of my list. I know if I click on it, it's not going to look good. I want to see this stock pop up there and have a spike. That's what I'm looking for. There's no sense in going digging. If it's moving, it's going to be up here. Unless it's just a creeper. Thank you, Wyatt. Good morning, Robert. You know, you can always tell what's behind the story if you go read the comments under the videos. And I do that. I click on all the videos and I go read the comments. And they are so good. Sometimes it brings a tear to my eye and joy to my heart, because it proves to me that they're working. People are having success. They are very thankful, and I am very thankful to have you. I really enjoy this. I enjoy having you on board and showing you what I'm doing. That is a great blessing to me. It's Friday. I'm clicking on anything that's breathing. I want to know. I want to make another $11. Thank you, Robert. It's all about the man upstairs. Love thy brother as you love yourself. That's what it's all about. Back road, go back to Discord. You have to load the V-Spike. There's a video on the V-Spike in Discord under current setup. I think it's near the bottom. That V-Spike, that's a script. It installs differently. Make sure you pay attention to the video. It's not just import. Captain, everybody's been struggling. I understand the struggle. They all think it's them when it's really not. It's the market overall. I'm holding myself back from getting political. I don't want to put this in there, but that's part of the problem. Amen. I'm thankful every day, even though it takes a cherry picker to get me out of the bed sometimes. I wake up sometimes feeling like I got ran over by a truck, but that's okay. It's past 8 o'clock. I'm not expecting anything to happen. It could. We're probably going to see some red start popping in about 8:10, 8:15, 8:20. They're going to take their profits, or they're going to get out. They've seen enough. They've lost enough money. I don't know their troubles. All I know is they like to start dumping them about 8:15, 8:10, somewhere around there. I don't like this stock. It's only moving pennies. You got to pay attention to the price. That's 96. That's 98. That's $1. That's only a half a penny. Don't just jump in. Verify that it's jumping nickels and dimes or quarters, not just pennies. Well, Bob, they didn't find the runners we saw this morning, did they? They weren't huge, but we found them. They came to us. We didn't have to go search. But I agree with them. It's probably going to go dead, just like every Friday, about 9 o'clock. You'll get about 30 minutes. You'll have to get risky, playing the pop-up at open if you're brave. And it'll be over as usual. That one's only moving pennies. I'm not seeing a lot of volume. That's not a play in my book. Not seeing this bullish thing spiking. If they're moving, we will have them right here or right here. There's the bullish kicking in. Haven't seen the volume kick in yet. We don't want just a couple of people trading. We want hundreds. Only 60% buyers. We only know that it moved. It did not set up correctly. But we were aware. It definitely showed us a little bit of movement. Since it's the only thing moving, we're going to watch it and see if buyers come in. The price is above the 8. The moving averages are lined up. The white one above the blue one. This is the 8. That's the 21. The price is above the 8. But we don't have the setup. We don't have a spike. That's what happens if you don't wait on the setup. You must have volume, lots of volume. You want stocks everybody else wants. That's the plays. When I see something hopeful, I'll click on it. The next place my eyes go to is right here. If that is flying, then I'm interested about the rest of it. If it's doing this, I just go somewhere else. If you also are watching this gainer scan, you can go in and adjust the prices if you don't play the higher price stocks. I tend to buy a few shares of them every now and then. But if you want to adjust the prices in this scan, you're more than welcome to. Put in your price range and only monitor them. Same thing with PreMarket. I have mine set up at 25 cents with no maximum limit. You may only want to monitor from a minimum to a maximum of $10. That'll cut out a lot of the noise for you up here, especially when market opens. If you're only monitoring the price range you want to trade, then set your price range in the scan, and you don't have to fight the battle here with all of the prices being involved. I'm doing it because we have small cap, mid cap, and large cap people in the room. So I'm trying to make everybody happy by monitoring all of the prices, but you don't have to. Bring it down to your limit. Save yourself the stress of having to find out which one is going up. Because at market open, mine's going to go nuts. If you're only monitoring a certain price range, yours won't be as rowdy as mine is. Mine is for education. Yours is for trading. Don't trade off of my live stream. Only learn here. Captain, that's another thing I have in testing. It's called Alert. All I did was copy this script. I pasted it into a new column, just like you installed this one. Then I went in and I set it to 1,000. 1,000 is 10%. So that I know that when a stock pops up here, and it also pops up here that that stock has exceeded 10%, and that there are possibly many buyers on it. You could set it to 5%. I'm trying 10%. It's in testing. You can actually make multiple columns if you want to do that, and put this one at 1, this one at 5, next one at 10, and you can watch them grow across the board. If that works for you, then use it. If it doesn't, then stick with the 1% or the 0% in PreMarket. That's Tesla moving around like it always does. That's the one that fell earlier. Same thing with this scan. Set your price range. I'm monitoring all of them. So if you don't know what the percent numbers mean, I'll show you. This is anything that moves, 0.0. If you change this to 100, that is equal to 1% up here. If you change it to 200, that's equal to 2% up here. So let's say I change it to 200. I'm not going to see any stocks pop up here unless they exceed 2%. That one, that's that same one that keeps getting froze right there. But that's how this works. 100 is 1%, 200 is 2%. The higher you set it, you won't see the stocks that are below that percentage unless they reach this amount that you preset. That's a dud. I said they'd start selling off about this time, but they've been selling all week in my book. We may not see that sell off. They might have sold everything already. That is correct, Captain. So if you set it to 100, which we are going to do at market open, you won't see any percentages below 1%. We don't want to see the minor movements. Even 200 would be a good number. You have to find the number that works for you. You may not be interested unless it's over 3%. You don't have to follow me. Set it up to what works for you. There's AMC. I don't play AMC. I don't play APE. Got about 10 minutes to go before market open. In a couple minutes, we'll change over the setup. If you just loaded the RG gainers, monitor it after market open, monitor it all day long, test it out, bring your percentages to the top by sorting right here. It did work for me a couple times during the week, and it was a bad week. We need all the help we can get. I doubt anything's going to pop up prior to market open, so let's go ahead and change to our market open setup. I'm going to right click on the name, go to edit formula. I'm going to change it back to 100. You may want to change it to 200, I don't know. You'll see it refresh. And I'm going to change this scan over to the all stock scan. Then I'm going to click on percent change, and I'm going to sort them from the highest percentage down to the lowest. And at market open, this is going to get very volatile. That's why I suggest you adjust your all stock scan to your price range so you don't have to watch all of them jumping up and down. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to set this scan to gap and run. This scan will not work until a few minutes after market open. It's looking for stocks that gap open higher than yesterday's close. It's going to monitor those stocks to see if they continue to rise. They will probably be low volume stocks. They're not as volatile as up here. They seem to be creepers to me. They slowly creep up during the day. Sometimes I look back at it and say, I knew I should have bought that. You'll probably do the same. But they're just so slow. I just can't get the energy to click the button. And at the end of the day, I should have. I'm going to take a break here, go fill my coffee cup before market open. I shall return in about 5 minutes. I'm back. We are sorted by percent change. I looked up here and said, where did all the indicators go? And then I realized that there's that VXX. That means the SPY's going down. I might click on things you don't want to see. Make sure you trade off of your own platform. Don't trust my live stream. It's delayed. You make any trades, do them on your own computer. Don't be watching my stocks. If you're going to buy one off my screen, that's not good. I could change it on you. That's a penny stock. I don't buy them. That's off of the gainer scan. But it doesn't have volume. What you're going to look for is you're going to see some very high percentages up here at market open. Hopefully they'll be green ones. Click on the top ones that you like, the ones that are flying in numbers. They're rising fast. If you're brave like me, you may jump in and jump out within one candle or two. Good luck. I always suggest waiting till it calms down, but you may want to jump in and grab a piece. That's up to you. I don't trust the first candle ever. I'm watching for the pullback is what I'm going to play if I see something. There's that CRKN we were watching at market, up pre-market. What I want to see is a pullback and then a rush back up to the upside. I'm going to mark this high. I'm going to catch this low. Wherever it ends up. It may end up at the bottom. I don't know. There it is. It's only nickels. Keep that in mind. Make sure your time frame and force is on day or you're going to miss it. That's too volatile for me. Like they're waiting to sell the moment it jumps up. That's a big tail right there. These are sellers. If you don't know, they're driving the price down. They're outnumbering the buyers. They don't want it to go up. And that's the result. I'm watching Mara, it's red. I'm watching XPEV, it's red. You'll see another rush come in up here. It'll be in stages. I'm not liking that one at all. If I buy 1,000 shares, it's only going to give me a nickel. That's $50. I want more than that. That's expensive. Oh, it wasn't. It was $4. But it pulled down just like the other one. It's Friday. I see just as many sellers as I do buyers on this stock. It's like when it pops up, all of the sellers come in. They may defeat them. We'll see. We have a pre-market high of 243. It's way up there. Not liking that bearish spike popping in every now and then. It's a battle. I don't like those tall candle wicks on the top. You can see what I was talking about. They don't want it to go up. They keep selling it off. We want long wicks on the bottom. They're trying, but it ain't working. It may break through, but man, is it up and down or what? I don't trust it. It ain't worth a nickel. I got to give it credit, though. It's holding that 225 level pretty good. It's staying right in there. The buyers may eventually overcome the sellers. There it goes, just like I predicted. That's pretty volatile. I'm going to save my money for Monday. It may make it up to that 243, like I said. It's trying. That's the level I'm talking about right there. Let's see if I can leave it in this screen here. Oh, it disappears. Looks like it's calmed down. Now we're going to reach up here and click on V-Spike and bring them all to the top. That way, if anything pops up, and look at that red, would you? That's not good. Typical Friday. It's not you, it's the market. We have to wait. Not in our favor. That's why I said I don't like it right there. It's struggling. Stock is very heavily traded. Lots of volume. Those indicators are pointing north. Question is, we don't know how far it's going to go. It's up about 15 cents. It's not a whole bunch. It just looks impressive. Nothing popping up on the gap and run. That's not good. It can't find anything that gapped up at open and continued to run up. This is a two-step thing. It's not just that they gapped up at open, it's that they must also continue the run. But we don't have that here. I'm going to show you the gainers scan while we're sitting dormant. This is what the gainer scan does. It finds all the green ones. And you can monitor what they're doing right here. Set it to your price range. I have it set for everybody. This is TLRY. That's the one we're looking at. It's in that gainer scan. It's a good scan, but it doesn't make the stock go up. Keep that in mind. It's just finding the winners, but they're not winning in this column. There's that alert. Up. It went away just as fast as it came. There it is. It's in the 10% column. But they keep selling it off. It's struggling like the rest of them. So if everyone loads the gainer scan, you can help me test it. That way we get more than my opinion. It's kind of hard to test things when everything is red. It's actually pretty volatile this morning. It's like we're trying to drive them up and they're trying to drive them down. Keep in mind, this one's only pennies, 278, 279, 280, not worth it. We're getting close to 9 o'clock. We all know what happens then. This thing will just turn black, and every now and then something will pop up. This one may be at a top already. Didn't catch it soon enough. Maybe not. It looks good on all three of my charts. It looks strong. I'm pretty sure it's in the overbought range. XPEV and Mara are doing absolutely nothing. I really think everybody's being cautious. This was a slow crawl, then a pullback, then a slow crawl. And we're getting to that black zone. You won't have the issues finding these stocks if you limit your price range. I have a lot to sort through on my end, and I miss plays like this where you might not if you limit your price range. I'm trying to decipher through hundreds of stocks where you may only have a few to choose from. These are the gainers. I don't see a lot of green here. That's moving pennies. That one's channeling sideways. That's very expensive, but it's moving. It's doing what it needs to do. That price is above the 8. That's what we like to see with lots of arrows, but we're not finding them in our price range. That's the one we watched earlier. The pickings are getting slim. We're beginning to turn red, even on the gainers. You see, this volume's not moving. This is what I was waiting for. It tried to run up. It's pulling back. I want to see if it turns around and runs up. Very choppy at the open. There's a lot of put options on here. If they start covering, it should run up. I don't know that they are, though. It's definitely at a low. Not the lowest, but it's at a low. That's Roku. It's a little pricey. I'm not going to click on it. We are at a level. Let's see if we can turn around and start crawling up. But I want to see lots of volume. I want to see buyers, and I want to see bullish. But it's Friday. It might not go my way. Right now they're disappearing as fast as they come. We don't want to see that. We want to see it stick to the board and keep climbing. That one's 10 cents per move. If it does something, it could be profitable. It has some volume. It has buyers. It's bullish. But it's been pulling back since the high. We just need a better market. That's all there is to it. It's not you, it's not the setup, it's the market. While I see red over here, I'm just going to monitor Mara, see if it turns around. I want to see a crossover of these two lines in the other direction. I want to see some green arrows. I want to see some buyers and some bullish. It looks like it might try right here. Does not look good on a 5-minute chart, but it looks good on my tick chart. Looks promising, not good. Looks like it's going to go back down to about 1135. Probably somewhere in this area right here. Let's look at the big picture. That looks like it could be a bounce spot. I can tell you exactly when this stock is going to take off. That's the moment I'm not watching it. We're in the darkness. There's nothing over here. It's been happening all week. We have not had a good setup on Mara. Even our gainers are not gaining. They did this earlier. They probably slowly creeped up to these percentages. I do not like trading on Fridays. I never have. Tuesday through Thursday are the best days, in my opinion. Sometimes Monday will flush a little bit and take off. This one's too cheap for me, but it's got all the signals or had. This is typical for Friday. One bump up and two bumps down. It's only pennies. Well, I was hoping to give you a good show, but I was hoping on a Friday. When the best setup can't find any stocks, you know you're in trouble. Anything that moves will pop up right here if it moves of any significance. Seeing them just barely tick higher. Not really taking off. If you miss this live stream, go watch it. It'll be a replay after I get done live streaming. We did have a couple of plays this morning. It wasn't a total loss. You can learn what's going on here on any live stream. I do live demonstrations. We're watching a typical Friday sell-off. We're back in the black. Nothing's moving. If you are new here, I posted the two links. The first one is the YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel. It's free. Watch the videos. Subscribe. They're very educational. I am Ricky Gaspard. I trade from my desk at home every day. I also write ThinkScript code. I created this volume spike indicator. It tells you the moment a stock is moving, if it's going up or down. Depending on which scan you have, you can monitor the entire market. Once we get a stock taking off here, I'm also the creator. I coded this pullback strategy. We wait for a crossover of the moving averages. This is the 8, this is the 21. We wait for green arrows to start appearing underneath the candle. We monitor that candle. We monitor the current candle, if this were the current candle, for bullish spikes. We monitor the volume for buyers outnumbering the sellers. When everything lines up, the stock starts rising and throwing green arrows. System works, but we can't control the market. The market has to cooperate, and we're in a bear market. We're looking for needles in a haystack. We had a couple of runners this morning. We always have a couple of runners in pre-market. And the market opens and falls flat on its face. My opinion, right now, the money's in pre-market and not after market open. At least there we have a couple of plays. Unless you want to sit here all day long and monitor this column, I don't do that. I end the stream at 9:30. I go hang out on Discord for a little while if you need me. But I highly encourage you this weekend, go watch the videos. See what we're doing over here. We have a miracle in the making. We just need the market to participate. Sign up for our Discord. You can talk to other investors. You can find setups and scripts and scans over there in the current setup. You can find them on YouTube. There's a video for each little indicator that I created. In about 15 minutes, I'll end this stream. If you have any questions while the market is flat, I can answer them. And as always, when I'm gone, have a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. Watch out for those people that text and drive. I see that wreck everywhere. I spend more time looking behind me now when I'm driving than I do driving forward. So Monday could be a whole new day for me. They're predicting a couple of storms to hit the Gulf. That's my area. I may have to get prepared. I don't know. They are saying the Gulf waters are warm. There's a strong chance for hurricane development. Hopefully that's not true. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for joining us. JP, I used to short all the time, but since everybody started struggling, I felt guilty that I was helping drive things down, so I quit shorting for a while. I'll probably get back into it when we have better days, but right now there's just so many companies struggling. I don't want to be part of dragging them deeper. I just feel that way. I'm conscious about things like that. I know there's money to be made in shorting in a shorting market, but I also think there's a right time to do it, and it's not when everybody's hurting. Greg, it's a script. It's over in Toss Scripts. You have to set it up the same way that you set up the volume spike. You click on that little gear icon. Bring over a custom tab and paste that script into it and call it ROV at the top. Leave it on day, and it'll work for you. In all honesty, I don't think I ever look at it, even though it's on the chart. I'm 100% focused on the V-spike column. This is really, I could probably trade the whole market on the price and this V-spike and this setup. The rest of these columns really don't mean anything to me. And that may sound kind of dumb, but it's not for me. All I need to know is that the buyers are outnumbering the sellers and that we're set up over here and everything lines up and I jump in and jump out just by these two little things. That's how I trade. I don't need all the bells and whistles. People ask me, where's your relative volume? Where's your volume? Where's your percent change? Sooner or later, they're going to realize they just need the minimal. It's not about all the bells and whistles. It's about buyers and sellers. But I was just like them. I had so much stuff to look at, it was pretty. But that's all it was pretty. It didn't make me any money. You are welcome, who loves lunatic. I only made $11 and something, so I didn't do so good either. I do much better if I'm not live streaming, and those days will come. Right now, I'm concentrating on teaching. That's what I enjoy. I'm not desperate for money, so it don't matter to me at this point. I know my times are coming. My blessings are on the way. If I see something promising, I'll buy a little bit and make another $11. Sometimes I make 1,000. It all depends on the market. There was no thousands this week, though. I'm up $411. That's it. Mainly because I'm concentrating on live streaming, and I jump in every now and then when I see something. You too, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us, and have a blessed weekend. I know I learn something every time I train somebody else. I learn from what I'm saying sometimes, because sometimes I forget what I know. And by teaching you what I know, it reminds me what I know. That's what happens when you get old. You forget things. Sometimes I can't find my eyeglasses and they'll be on top of my head and I'll look for an hour. That happens. In about a minute, YouTube is telling me they're going to throw an ad out there. If you don't mind, watch it. I need another $11. You're welcome, Gigi. That's good, Robert. I'm glad you're doing good. You should do much better than me. I'm not paying attention sometimes. I'm not going to complain with my 411. That's better than zero. I'll probably hang around for a couple hours and monitor Mara, hoping I can get another $11. It's not looking promising, though. I'd like to see it break that 1159, 1160. If it breaks 1160, I'll probably be happy. I'll check it out then. Right here is where I want it to break. I want it to pull above this level, roll back down, and shoot up. But I might not get that play. About 4 minutes to go, and I'm going to end the stream. Thank you, everybody that hung around. Monitored the stocks with me this morning. Learned a little bit more. It's always a blessing. You're welcome, Gregster. We have the tools. We just need the market. Don't give up. You're welcome, Big Mike. That's good, Robert. It'd probably be 10 times that amount if we was in the right market. Just be patient. It's going to turn around eventually, or else everything will be at zero. Maybe we can drive them all the way back up to 100. That's what I'm hoping. We can just get that bullish market. That's all we need. Everyone will be happy and smiling again. Right now, it's like waiting on an IPO to perform a miracle, where everybody finds one or two stocks and we try to find them too. That's where we're stuck at right now. You're welcome, OC. That one's moving pennies. It had its run at market open. Now it's just going sideways like everything else. So if you're not a subscriber, join us. All of my scripts are free. We have over 1,000 people joined in a little over 3 months. That ought to tell you something. I get about 20 or 30 a day. They're all realizing that it's real. Really need you to join us. TD Ameritrade likes me. They even put me on TV. Well, they put my script on TV. They left me out of it. That's normal. And everyone have a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. I'll see you on Monday. God bless.